Hello, my name is Emily Korte. I'm a graduate student at Northern Illinois University, and I'm currently the graduate assistant with the Northern Illinois Food Bank, where I work with a professor at Northern Illinois University, Dr. Musfar, the dietitian at the food bank, Kelly Brisser, and an additional graduate assistant, Tashara Thomas. So here it is, our poster presentation on evaluating Northern Illinois Food Bank and its agency partners through the lens of food bank pantry users, the Neighbor Satisfaction Survey. The term neighbor is used to describe a food bank user, so you may hear me use the term neighbor or user interchangeably throughout this presentation. So a little bit of background on the Northern Illinois Food Bank. So it provides food and services to 900 agency partners. So an agency partner or food distribution site falls into one of three categories: Pantry, Mobile Market, or My Pantry Express. A mobile market is a mobile truck that goes on site to a grocery store or church parking lot or another venue parking lot, and then neighbors will drive their car through and pick up groceries. My Pantry Express is a newer service that allows neighbors to go online, select the groceries they would like, and then pick them up at a pantry. And there's also a delivery method for our homebound neighbors. The food bank serves 13 counties in the Northern Illinois Food Bank, and it is estimated that approximately 400,000 neighbors in our region are food insecure, with 100,000 of those neighbors being children. So what is the purpose of this neighbor satisfaction survey? So essentially, we sought out to improve services. We also wanted to establish benchmarks for evaluating user satisfaction in the future. And why is this important? Because we know there is a link between food insecurity and poor health outcomes, with food insecure individuals seeing health disparities in chronic conditions such as diabetes, obesity, heart disease, and mental health disorders. The Neighbor Satisfaction Survey was a cross-sectional survey, and it utilized convenience sampling of two separate surveys that were then merged using SPS. Some questions were omitted during this process if they were too different. Undergraduates administered one version of the survey, and then the graduate assistants administered another version of the survey. In total, we went to 14 food distribution sites. So those were pantries and mobile markets. And then additionally, we sent out the link to 7 pantries, so an email link to the survey, and that reached 25,331 neighbors. A total of 2,473 neighbors completed the survey, and of those, 25.1% stated they utilized pantries, 30.2% stated they utilized mobile markets, and 37.9% stated they utilized My Pantry Express. The survey sought out to explore 4 outcomes: accessibility to free food, food choice and selection, overall satisfaction and experience with the site and food provided, and how likely neighbors were to promote services. So utilizing SPS, our results were as followed, and we additionally performed ANOVAs and a thematic analysis as well for the open-ended questions. As for food access, 53% stated that it was difficult to find a place for free food that was open when they need it. So we understand that there are some barriers there in accessing food pantries, mobile markets, or even My Pantry Express. And then regarding food choice, 50% stated that the site offers the kind they would choose at the store. 47.7% reported that they get the variety and types of food they need or want. And then throughout our analysis, when they were asked what they would like to see more of, meats, produce, and personal care items were the most requested. Regarding satisfaction, 80% stated they had a good experience. 62% indicated they were completely satisfied with the services offered. And then for willingness to recommend, we used what is called a Net Promoter Score, which asks the neighbors on a scale from 0 to 10 how likely they were to promote services to a friend or family member. 67% of those that responded fell into the promoter category, so they ranked the site a 9 out of 10 or higher, and our mean score was 8.7. So they had a score of 8.7 on likeliness to recommend, with 10 being they are very likely. As for our conclusion, results did suggest that users were satisfied. Throughout the thematic analysis, they expressed an overwhelming amount of gratitude. They expressed an overwhelming thankfulness to volunteers, to pantry managers and supervisors, and just overall gratitude. However, we did see that there were a variety of barriers that neighbors faced, with some stating they had a disability that made it difficult, some stating transportation made it difficult, some stating that the online website for My Pantry Express was difficult to navigate. So there are a variety of barriers in there that the food bank is motivated to hopefully minimizing or coming up with new ways to, make it easier for neighbors to access services. And then furthermore, our results suggest that the food bank should continue to allocate funding to products like meat and produce options for our users, since those had the higher preferences. So the neighbor satisfaction survey, the 2020-22 version, essentially paved the way for the now 2023 neighbor satisfaction survey that we are currently conducting and currently analyzing the data for, and continuing to hopefully improve services for neighbors in our region. Thank you. That is our poster presentation on evaluating the Northern Illinois Food Bank and its agency partners through the lens of food bank users, the Neighbor Satisfaction Survey.